Jet.
Alright.
Hello! Hello, everybody! This is Mackenzie, and I am on Team Talk with
Alexis, homie number 1. Next.
Last time I checked, we have other people here too.
I was gonna let the other folks go ahead of me, but okay, I guess they won't, so...
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. I'm here, but on text only.
Alright.
Joshua.
Alrighty. So today we are going to remake the video that we promised we would make, but never came to fruition because of some audio editing problems we had. Apparently Audacity does not support MKB files, we found out. So we have to make sure that from now on everybody's is set to MP4. We're going to be talking about the pros and cons of Android and debunking the myth that Android is not an inaccessible pile of trash.
But first, I have an announcement. Alexis, do you want to say what it is? We have an announcement.
So I am going to, I guess since she's asked me to do it, let's do it. So Mackenzie's getting a Pixel. I don't know when. All I was told is that she's getting a Pixel soon, and she wanted me to announce this to everybody. So this is sort of her reflection style video.
Birthday gift as well. The Pixel's supposed to be a birthday gift as well. Since there's only 1 week before that, although I might have to do a pre-birthday stream.
The IF has logged in on the free facility. The IF Storm joined channel text.
Yes.
I may or may not be able to celebrate with everybody on my birthday.
Yeah.
In the event that I become unavailable, which I probably will be, I'm probably just going to do a pre-birthday stream on Sunday. Sometimes it's better early than never.
Right.
Sometimes it's better early than never. I know sometimes we want to say better late than never, but sometimes early is better too.
Yes.
Who agrees?
I agree, especially if you know you have
Depends
something
on the
planned
situation.
and you're like, oh, I have to do something.
Yeah. Alright. So that's it. So that's going to happen. I don't know when. I should probably talk to my sister. So, and to those people, and to those of you people who are gonna say, grow up and get an iPhone already. No. 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 What do you guys have to say about that? The
Okay.
thing that people say, like, grow up and get an iPhone already.
With this video, I want to touch on 3 main points. But I guess we'll start with my most problematic point and the point that ticks me off the most that Mackenzie just brought up. The fanboyism. There is a lot of Apple fanboys, and while I respect the technology you use, my issue lies in the way that you have to push it on everybody else. I'm not going to buy an Apple product if that's all you're going to do to me. Tell me what is actually good about it, and maybe I would consider it.
I'll say both sides can definitely have some fanboyism, because there are Android fanboys, and
Yes, there
I'd
are.
argue we're some of them. But each side has its own advantages and disadvantages, and each side is developed in its own way. It's sort of an apples to oranges type of situation. And a lot of this fanboyism stems from, I guess not even just in the blindness community, there are Apple fans everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And they think Android is this miserable hunk of garbage, especially from an accessibility standpoint, when, especially nowadays, back in the day, yes, that was true. But
Oh, yeah.
now, we stand toe-to-toe with you.
Yeah.
That's
Some cases ahead, in my opinion.
that's sort of our take on it.
Channel
Next-
message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. They're practically the same from a feature standpoint at this point.
Yeah. Thanks for that channel message, by the way. Another point I want to address is the advancements we've made, okay? I have a phone. Where are my smartphones here? Let me show a living demo of what Android trash truly is and what Android modern marvels truly are. So, we have a Galaxy Nexus from Verizon. This came out in 2011 or 12, I believe. This phone's got Android 4.0 or 4.1. I can't exactly recall. But this isn't very accessible. Now we do have TalkBack as an option, but I want to show you just how far we've come from those days. So let's power it on. And so for everyone that wants to hear this wonderful glory, yeah, it just takes a second. I have to wait for the phone.
Is it even charged?
Oh yeah, this thing holds a charge for a pretty damn long time. I've charged it only twice since I've had it. Thankfully. So, this was the days before we even had instructions on a phone, okay? So you were guessing if sliding left would trigger search,
Digital clock widget.
or if sliding right was going to get it to unlock.
Slide area.
Oh, this
Slide area.
is it going to unlock?
Slide unlock. Slide area. Slide area. Digital clock widget. 105.
Yep,
Slide area.
that's what I'm talking about.
And
Slide
Google
right for
TT and the Google TTS voice quality was
Slide right for unlock.
worse.
Slide right for unlock. Slide right for
It's an interesting sound to the voice, I'll say, but
Yes.
yeah.
That is the unlocking process. And by the way, when it says unlock right, slide right, for me, that is sliding left. By the way, I hold a phone.
apps.
Are you
Showing item
holding the
3
phone
of 5.
upside down?
Gallery.
Yes, I actually do hold my phones upside down.
Gmail. Google. Local. Maps. Messaging. Messenger.
so many
Movie.
questions.
My gallery.
Same.
Gmail.
I believe,
Apps page 1 of 2. News and weather. Apps. People. Phone. Playbook. Play magazines.
a lot of these
Play
apps
movies
are
and
ancient.
Play music. Talk. Voice search.
Talk. Google Talk. Damn. Use some old apps. But that
Channel message from
unlocking
Win Electronic on Windows 12
experience-
Lite. Play music. That's old and doesn't exist anymore.
Yep. But I want to say this before we cut off this phone. I'm going to show you something that's even worse than this. Okay? I'm going to show you. I'm going to go back all the way to 2010. This looks innocent. This looks like something that I could probably use if I really knew how to do it. Although that unlocking experience was a pain in the rear, it does work. But let's show you true Android trash. Let's show you Android 2.2.
Alert. Power off.
Are you gonna use
Power
the
off. Your phone will shut.
Samsung-
Your phone can't. Okay. Apps.
That's correct.
are you gonna u-
That's exactly what.
are
phone
you
I'm
going to
using.
use the Samsung Freeform? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Ew, why isn't this shutting down?
Alert. Power. Ringer vibe.
Ew.
Ringer off. Airplane. Power.
Power
Alert.
off.
Power off. Your phone. Cancel. Okay, but alert. Power off. Shutting down.
Good. Okay, let's...
Unlocking the phone takes 17 attempts. Powering it off takes 2 attempts. And this is better than what we're about to see.
Let me pull out the phone in just a second. It's gonna take me a few because I'm trying to put this phone back in its case where I grabbed it. Oh, yes. Okay. Alright, is this the box with all the phones? I believe this is. Yes, it is. These are my beautiful phones. We are going to be showing off a specific model in here. Okay. Alright. Can I frickin' find that phone though? Is the question now? Because I do not know where it is. It's gotta be in here. I'm just not looking hard enough. Maybe my eyes are deafening. Like I see HTC. I see original HTC G1. But I don't see the phone that I'm looking for, guys, and I'm really beginning to freak out because great.
Well, if we can't do it, then we might as well just tell everybody
It's gotta be
what
in
it was
here.
like.
Oh, my original HTC Evo from 2010 is also in here, but it doesn't have TalkBack. Oh yeah, that brings me to another, thing I'm gonna say while I'm thinking on it. Okay. There are some Android phones that don't even have TalkBack on them. Found it! Found the phone we're looking for, guys. We lucked out.
Finally.
Alright. Jesus.
So yeah, TalkBack was an optional thing on a lot of handsets until it was baked into the core operating system.
Yes.
But at the same time, need to remind you, VoiceOver didn't become available until the iPhone 3GS in 2009, and even then, it wasn't the best. It was functional, but it was on a similar level as these earlier versions of
TalkBack, yeah.
But it was similar in how primitive it was compared to what we have now.
So,
Everybody starts somewhere.
I do have my dad over here. If that Evo has battery in it, he can power it on to show that there's no TalkBack. Thankfully, I have some silent assistance here. But, first we're going to start off with this guy. This is an SPH M920. This is a Sprint-only model. This guy has, I believe, 128 megs of RAM and 256 megs of storage. Not much. This thing's a hunk of junk. The processor isn't even named.
My Pixel 8 literally has like 10 times the amount of storage as thing. Is it 10 or either 10 times or 100
A demented
times
markdown
the amount of
interpreter has
storage?
logged in on the Brady facility. A demented mark.
Minus 23.
Yes.
We can do mail.
So,
A demented markdown interpreter left channel text.
we're going to turn this on, and you're going to hear the glorious Samsung startup sound that I genuinely do love. Alright, guys, I'm going to put this phone right above the speaker so everyone can hear this.
I wonder why you don't get the shutdown sound. I don't know why. Interesting. Okay. Alright.
Alright.
Everybody, shh.
I love that. Shh. That's great.
One of my favorite. Classic nostalgia, huh?
Yes, true classic nostalgia, guys. True classic nostalgia.
I'm partial to the Samsung, like the Verizon startup noise that a lot of the Samsung flip phones had.
I like
Oh,
it.
you mean, well, I have the file, but I'm gonna wait. Yeah.
What?
That is not.
Okay, I forgot to mention something. This phone has
So
some...
that is.
This phone has some
Weird.
very unique anomalies.
Someone customized it.
Ice free shell.
So, Steven has installed Eyes Free Shell, courtesy of him for giving us this phone, by the way. Also, Brailleback, Kickback, and Talkback were never pre-installed on
Alert,
this
please connect
device.
charger battery low 15% or less remaining. Okay, battery use.
Not only this.
Oh, ow.
This guy has S-Fox Pico. Okay, this thing distorts the crap out of these poor speakers. So get ready for that. Finally.
If only it had e-speak, but it doesn't.
It does, but eSpeak
'Cause
sounds
Android back
so
then-
distorted. It sounds worse. It's got a pitch problem. We'll just say that.
Ew.
So because of that, we are very
I wonder
limited.
if you can get Festival on it.
I have no clue. Maybe.
Well, probably not. I knew Festival. I thought Festival existed back then in 2010.
But maybe
Forgive
it
me
did.
if I'm wrong. Does anybody know if Festival? Yeah, I thought it did too. Can anybody back me up? Does anybody have? Because I heard Festival did exist back in the Android days. The problem is we do not have a package for it.
You know what I do have
So
on here?
even if we could, it probably.
You know what we do have on this
What?
phone that no one can find the other piece to? There is some Laquendo Susan voice
What?
data. We have some voice data for Laquendo Susan. We can't find the actual engine though. So let's look at true trash Android and see how it really worked. With TalkBack, with the bare minimum. And by the way, Kickback is the vibrate service. Oof.
Screen off. Ringer 100%. Please unlock. 18.3 ringer 100%.
Ew, this is
You might
vi-
want to charge that thing though.
I will.
Phone lock.
Why isn't this turning on?
Ice free
And
shell.
by the way, guys,
Applications. Accessibility preferences.
Oh yeah, what were you saying?
sorry for this distortion. We can't do anything about it, but well.
Correct.
That's just the way it is.
Yes.
Channel message from Win Electronic on
Yeah,
Windows
it
12
is.
Lite. Its sound the phone has
Things
made.
will never change.
Yep, half this shit's unlabeled. Look. And it doesn't even know where it is.
The real classic Android experience.
Am I right?
Yeah, half this stuff's like unlabeled. You can't even. It's not even a joke at this point, dude. This is how trashy Android was back then.
Yeah, that's correcto.
This is how it was back then.
Alert phone options.
And the power off menu's a joke too. Look at this.
Alert power off your phone will shut down. Okay, cancel.
Ugh. It hurts my freaking
Alert power off
ears.
shut down.
First guess.
I got it on the. Yes,
you
I got
don't-
it on the first. Yeah.
And unfortunately, we do not have the shutdown sound for some
Yeah,
some
we-
reason. But
We don't have it for some
Oh, well.
reason, and I don't know why.
you know, that's
Alright, the next phone we're going to show is another truly trash because it does not have TalkBack on it at all. So that means Father will have to help us maneuver this phone. If it has any juice. Let's find out if it has juice. I love the startup sound on this phone, by the way.
oh, is it that Wait,
No, this is the original HTC Evo on Sprint.
If I put my first choice, I would have won this one. I'm really pissed off so much money I lost.
He's ranting.
I don't know who got in the first one, but how many?
This thing takes so long to power on.
Oh, there it goes.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. That's another issue entirely. Android manufacturers tend to like to overload the system or change how everything works in a way that negatively impacts the accessibility, which is another
Yes.
reason why most people who see Android and never use it are like absolutely not. But with a clean Android experience, you'll experience the least amount of issues. Sometimes that means the opposite, removing stuff.
Yeah, that is very true. So, I'm gonna give this to my dad, and he'll verify that there's no talkback on this. Here. Take that.
Channel message from the high-ass Joshua after ear surgery. Yeah, Shinny's phones are the worst.
I wonder if you're able to find an old APK if you could just install it.
Still says 4G.
Oh, the WiMAX servers got shut down in 2015. This is the definition of completely inaccessible Android. If you don't know what you're doing, you're fucked. Let's go.
And you're still probably
yeah.
fucked either way.
Yeah, that is true. We're gonna get to the good stuff in a few minutes, guys. Trust me. I'm
2,000
just...
many people. Yeah, I would have shot 10,000 dogs. That many people. Oh, there's a small problem here.
What's wrong?
The battery's dead.
Why did it power on then?
It powered up, and then it showed 0 battery, and it killed.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's got enough to charge up, but that's about it.
Alright, I need to charge this later.
To get
Alright,
to the
guys.
good stuff, skip to 3 hours, 7 minutes. I'm kidding.
Okay, well, that phone is a deader. That
no.
phone's a quitter, guys. So, unfortunately, it will not make a full appearance. Neither will my Galaxy S2 because that phone dies very quickly.
$3.46. Okay, I don't feel so bad now.
Alright, let me close this
Doesn't
box.
that phone have Wait.
No, that's not the phone with eloquence. Okay. Now we're going to begin with the good stuff. Let's segment. So, now we're going to talk about, since we talked about trash pit Android, let's talk about good modern Android. With phones like these.
7:21 p.m. Device unlocked.
The Galaxy S25 FE. Quite possibly my favorite Android phone, with my second favorite being behind me somewhere. Actually, I know where it is. This phone has been a genuinely good phone. There are some annoying bugs, but every operating system has its bugs. Like a very dumb bug that blocks the navigation bar when TalkBack is on. That's a dumb one. I think I found a sort of workaround to it. Restart TalkBack. But there was one point that didn't even work. You have to restart the phone sometimes. But otherwise, you can use your
And
phone.
before you say, this is proof that Android works, iOS has its own fair share of bugs as well.
Oh, iOS has some
So
bad
don't
ones.
even get started
Yes,
on
it
that.
does.
Voiceover jumping.
Oh,
voiceover
and you want to
lag.
share? You want to show off your? You want to show off
Voiceover
your
getting
pixels,
stuck.
Xander?
Oh, Xander does have his
Well, she's showing off the Smaznug, so she can do that.
the Smaznug.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. And to be fair to Android, the same people trashing Android are the same people trashing Linux. Android happens to be based on the Linux kernel. Stephen Tuff, iPhone Air, has loved it.
Oh,
Channel message from
the
the high-ass
right
Joshua after ear
person
surgery.
to come up. Oh,
Channel message from the high-ass.
the right person to come up here
Oh,
while
God.
we're doing this. Hi.
What are you all up to?
Channel message
You
from the
know
high-ass
what?
Joshua after.
Okay, you know what? Steven, you found the right time to be here. Alexis, you want to tell him why?
We're making a video about Android, but if you want to, you can be the opponent on the other side.
I'll try the apple side.
We can have the fall guy.
Yes.
Okay.
That wouldn't hurt. Because we know you love Apple.
Yeah.
Alright, love you, Dad. So, we've got this Galaxy here. It runs Android 16, and while there are annoying bugs, it does work almost perfectly fine.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. Hey, I use iOS as a daily driver, but I'm not biased.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do too. You know, that's really bad. I forget you use iOS. That's crazy. And plus we get modern marvels like multi-TTS. Oh. We don't talk about my
And don't
eBay.
forget, no. Oh wait, and
Yes,
not
we do
only
actually
do
talk
we
about
get
your
modern
eBay.
marvels like, not only do we get modern marvels like multi-TTS, but we also get retro speech synths that you didn't think would come to Android, like this one. Sorry about that.
I
What is
won't
this
care
one?
until we
Hang on,
can
let me-
import our own custom thing so I can have my NWS deck talk. Okay, no, deck talk on Android is amazing. It just needs to go a little faster.
Well, it also has pronunciation issues. And it will randomly, it will not use its speech rate control until you unlock the device and at first boot. It can work at first boot, but
Same with eSpeak.
Well, at the same time,
No,
though, it has not been in
eSpeak-
development as
eSpeak
long as other
maintains its
engines
speech
for
rate.
Android.
Yeah.
It's a very recent development. It's not had much time to cook in the oven.
You didn't think to bring this to Android, did you?
Deck Talk?
No, not yeah, but not you. No, we're not talking to you specifically. We're talking to the viewers.
Well, honestly, Deck Talk is such a legacy engine that not a lot of people really would use it as a primary.
Oh, you are
Maybe
going to
some
ruffle
people who
so
grew up
many
with
feathers when
it.
you say that. There are a lot of deck talk freaks out there.
Yeah.
There might be, especially if you were into Moonbase Alpha and things of that nature. The issue
Not only
with
that,
the Deck Talk synthesizer is
Not only
because
that-
it is formant based, it is not as clear as concatenated voices, which are modern, and are generally clearer at faster rates.
You can't
because
forget-
Deck Talk
you
has a
can't
rate
for-
limit where you cannot drive it really fast as a result of its formant base.
I
Shit.
will
Well,
say
you
the
can't
rate
forget
limit
Nor
is a
this
am I
one
going
now.
to
issue, but
pay $30 per year to.
Oh.
You can't
ago
forget
to use
HMM.
on Android.
Look once. Deck talk, I will say, if you're looking for deck talk for Android and you're expecting something that's clear and modern sounding, you're messed up in the head. You're using it because you
No,
like
I'm not
the
expecting it to
artifacts
be
and the
modern or
weirdness of it.
clear. I'm expecting it to be fast, and it cannot run at 450 or 500 words a minute.
Yeah.
But if you're
you
using, if
try,
you're looking for
it
deck
will
talk,
chop.
you're willing to make compromises though. Because if you want a truly
Correct.
functional speech engine, you'll look somewhere else. I wouldn't daily
Now-
drive it doesn't go fast enough for you, but
and
Yeah,
that's
same.
Here's another
and that's
thing.
the problem.
it's a
That's
choice
the
that the
problem.
end user has.
I love
Yes,
this.
it's a
Some
choice.
folks might not
TTS,
understand
sorry.
faster engines.
Let him continue.
It's a choice, but whether that engine is
I like this
truly
band.
what is
Anyways, I
something
can wait.
practical and something that people would use every single day versus a novelty.
Okay.
That's a choice that's left up to the individual, and iOS doesn't have these choices, does it?
Yes,
You
it
can't
does.
get Duck Talk
We
for
have eSpeak.
iOS.
We have RH. Pardon?
Not for English though.
Alright, isn't it
Not for
English,
English.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12.
Yeah.
I get that, but it's for multilingual. It's for
History edit read only
multilingual
on- yes.
applications, not so much for English.
Yes.
And we also have
I love
eloquence.
how this discussion
You
went
have
from
to
an
pay
Android accessibility
$30 a year
demonstration to
now
a TTS
for
engine
that.
debate law. Channel
Didn't used to,
Right.
and no
All these
one
pretty
likes
lights
having
not
to.
to be profile.
No one
Untitled.
likes having to pay
Okay.
for eloquence, and
Whoa,
at least
whoa,
ours
okay.
can go to 16 kilohertz.
Whoa.
Mine
Whoa.
can also
Let me
go to
say
16
something
kilohertz,
right here.
but mine is built into the
Exactly.
system.
Hang on. Let me say something. Let me say something. There are going to be people out there who are not eloquence fans. Take me for example, Alexis as well. We really don't
Oh, I understand.
Okay, here's another point we're going to get into here. And you can get on us for it though. I do not like the stigma that people think, oh, eloquence is the only speech synthesizer.
It's not the only speech synthesizer, but it is the most widely used.
Yeah.
Yes, and we get that. But
And people on iOS were
Alexis-
complaining and nagging Apple to release it on iOS.
Yeah.
And they did.
Which-
in iOS 16,
I kinda
it
wish-
had it.
It's up to the user's choice.
Start screen
Some
check
people
box.
No, it's
hate
up to the
recording
user.
it, and I
It's
can
definitely
understand
up to the user. I agree. I agree. It's up to the user whether they choose to use it, and it's available. Choices, great. Will there be a Deck Talk release for iOS? It can be very easily done.
And they should. They
Yes,
should.
it can,
I believe
but-
they completely should.
And somebody more than likely will. Give it time.
Pause recording checkbox. Stop recording
Calm your
checkbox. Check.
titties. Give it time.
And you know what? Speaking of eloquence, it's only a matter of time before someone makes a multi-TTS package for eloquence.
It's not even needing
Not
to be a
even
multi-TTS package. It just needs to be its own engine, because I don't always want to have to go into multi-TTS to select and set up the voices.
Well.
History edit red alt less a high ass.
Because
Apple opens the speech API for
a
iOS,
lot of
but virtually no
users,
one
for
is taking
example, for
advantage
the
of it besides you
Samsung
speak and see your voice.
are not
Apple
comfortable
channel
with
history.
editing YAML data to add the Bixby voice Julia, which is available in the package, to the engine.
Yeah.
I get it. Look, I get it. But
And
There
a
are
lot of
some of us
users are
who
not going to
are-
be comfortable with pushing the data to their SD card to a download folder and then having multi-TTS extract that data, thus doubling, if not tripling, its data size from its compressed format, because it has to extract everything. And those 400
No,
megabytes
no,
of
I
Samsung
get
voices that
it.
you downloaded become 1 gig, easy.
Yeah.
no, I get it. I totally get it. But the thing is, some of us like to use multi-TTS.
Plus, I can't
Me and
run
Alexis.
legitimate acapella, which I purchased.
Oh yeah, that's a thing, Mackenzie. Let's talk
Oh,
about that.
no,
Let's go
no.
back. Let's backtrack.
Yeah.
For people who don't know this, and you probably should know this, get with the program if you're going to use multi-TTS and you got acapella installed. Think again, because it will shut acapella down. Multi-TTS.
Watch Code Factory. Watch Code Factory do that to Vocalizer next.
Well, it's already bad enough because if I've disconnected my device from the internet for a while and I reboot it and I use Code Factory's mobile speak, it will ask me, please register Vocalizer TTS. Please register Vocalizer TTS. Please register Vocalizer TTS until it connects to the internet to re-verify that license. On iOS, I don't have any of those constraints.
No. That's it. That is
And that's the
pro.
problem.
Channel message from Electronic
Nor
on
do I
Windows 12
want,
Lite.
nor
Code
do
Factory
I
doesn't
don't
own
want
Vocalizer or Eloquence.
engines
They only own a
to be
license to sell them.
contacting the internet to verify my license. Because if it's contacting the internet to verify my license, it could just as easily be contacting the internet to upload everything it is speaking.
Authentication. Log 2 system.
And that's a valid criticism. I'm gonna sit here and say this, for obvious reasons.
Channel message from Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. They belong to Chirens and IBM, respectively.
I believe so. My big thing, I still believe Code Factory's fucking people over. I will stand by that
They
statement.
are. They
Or should we say code? Or should we say code?
Code fuckery?
Do you wanna? Alexis, do you want? Yeah, that.
Code fuckery?
Cause that's what they really are.
I mean-
well, that's what they really are.
And you know what they're fucking over more
agree.
than anybody else?
What?
The legacy
Those who
eloquence
pay
users.
for a
They're getting
license for
fucked over.
eloquence.
correct, because I bought it. I bought it for $19.99, and I have no problems cracking it
And-
now because I paid for it once. I'm not paying a yearly subscription
know
which costs
what?
more than the initial in-app purchase. or
And
more
you
than
know
the
what?
initial app purchase. I am not paying that.
You know
I
what?
bought it once.
They're
Subscription's like
going to do-
$9 a year. It's
No, it's 30 a year.
30 a year.
oh, I forgot.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite for something that hasn't even
I'm
been
gonna
updated
say
since
this right
2003.
now.
Nice job, code fucker. You're gonna lose all your customers, and you're gonna be losing them to cracking groups on the internet. And you know what? Godspeed, cracking groups.
Well,
Godspeed.
good luck. Good luck
You
with
know
them
what?
cracking it, because now now they've started to do code obfuscation. They've gotten smart.
Fuck.
Fuck you. You're a fucking wanker.
Oh my god.
They've gotten smart, and they're performing code obfuscation to
And why do you think
require-
I said? Why do you think? Why do you
So
think
therefore,
I said
Android users
someone's
are
probably
losing
going to
choice. Also,
Where there
if you
is a
previously-
will and a dedicated blind nerd in a basement, there is a way.
there were SeerProc voices which you could download and use as individual engines. Now SeerProc rebranded all the voices into one app, and any previous voices which you downloaded to your phone can no longer be downloaded from your purchased apps section. And yeah, you can't use them anymore.
Yeah.
They used to be 99 cents a voice.
No, you probably won't be able to use SeerProc period anymore because they got bought out. And now I
By
think
whom?
it's probably going to be for something called capacity. But
Well,
they're probably
This video
SeerProc-
is not going to convince people to
going
switch to
get-
Android. I
We're
think we're
probably
failing.
not. We're probably not going to get these voices.
because
period.
now
They're
we can
probably
download
going
the
to be
SeerProc
for
voice
business.
manager on both Android and
No,
iOS,
more like we're
and you
making
can use
people
them
laugh their fucking
as you
ass
want.
Hang on. History edit red. Last Win Electronic
Right.
on Windows
No,
Code
no,
Factory.
I
The one
get it,
thing,
but-
the one thing
Yellow.
that I will give Android
Mess up
is
for
for the
something that hasn't even been
jailbreak,
updated.
because
Yellow.
Winston did not sell
These-
his application out to Applause, and therefore did not become a subscription for new users. And now it's not being milked for all of its AI content. It is keeping its core
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows.
functionality as a reading application. Is it as full featured as the iOS version? Yes. Absolutely hell no. Do we have anything to do with Braille access on Android? With Bard? No. The direct access to the Braille display.
Lizzie.
Hang on.
All we have on Android for
Right now
Bard
about-
is audiobooks.
Wait, why? Wait, okay. So, about the SeerProc thing, we may never get these back. They may be discontinued to the point where we can't use them anymore, period. So, we might just have to deal without.
Then we're losing
Unfortunately,
choice.
we're probably
Just as we lost choice with Ivona when Amazon bought out Ivona.
Oh yeah. That too. That all these TTS companies getting bought out.
However,
No, there is no
Look at
there is
one-
no however, because the only remedy is to use an illegal piece of software, which stops using legitimately purchased pieces of software.
hang on, let me finish. New options. I'm looking at you, Blast Bay TTS. Will be coming to Android soon. When? I don't know. But
All that's hypothetical. Sure, we might get it. We might not. The Android market might be good in the rest of the world, but in America,
Channel message from Win
in
Electronic
America,
on
for
Windows 12 Lite.
accessibility,
I
where
believe that's
things
coming to
are-
iOS as well.
where things are better, where not things are better, but where people have more disposable income to throw
Yes.
around, iOS rules.
Bla- I
For the rest of the
totally get
world who use
what
low-end
you're s-
phones which can't even drive these high-quality voices that we're talking about, i.e. MediaTek phones with 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage, where the Samsung Bixby voices will chop and stutter and die, and Google TTS
so
with the
will
AI
unit
neural voices
selections-
takes literally 3 seconds to synthesize a single chunk of text of 2 words. Yeah, tell me about it.
I see it this way. A lot of people are not happy with the current. Well, some people are. I mean, you do have shining lights out there like eSpeak and multi-TTS, but it doesn't matter because here's the thing. Aside from that, we don't have many choices left. That is a problem with Android TTS that has to be sorted.
Watch, I'm about to unlock this device.
What is that? What
I'm
device
going to
is
show you
that?
what this. I will show you.
Is that Motorola thing?
No,
The heck is DVD player?
I don't know.
it is an Android tablet integrated into a portable DVD player.
Oh.
I saw a YouTuber, Bringa Studios, do a video on something like that was marketed towards kids.
Watch, I'll load this up. Tap it. Touch sensitivity is awful. Click. Let's just watch
Channel
how
message from
horrible this
electronic on
is.
Windows 12 Lite. I saw a video on a prison Android
32-bit.
tablet. Yeah, apparently they use specialized Android tablets for prisons.
The prison Android tablets probably have like some specialized version of Android that blocks access to shit.
You might have
It's not
to.
one to give up
start
you
talk
speak,
back.
it's happy. It's like, no, don't do this to me!
Turn off talkback and turn it on. That happens. Ew.
Can you?
Watch. We're waiting. I'm still waiting. I am still waiting. Finally, we have sound. Look at that.
Navigate up. Preferred in. Settings.
That's even
Button.
worse, bro. What
Language.
the hell?
Speech rate.
Hang
15.
up. Microphone 49.
Settings.
50. Chat tab. Message
Preferred
blank.
in.
Last way electron.
Yep.
I saw a video on a
That's
prison
what I
Android
mean.
tablet.
Low-end
apparently they
hardware,
use specialized
such as
I saw a video on a prison
available
Android.
for the rest of the
Engine.
world.
Out of list. Navigate up. Select. Not selected. Radio button. E-speak. No. Attention. This speech synthesis engine may be able to collect
At
all the
least it
text that will be
synthesizes that
spoken, including
quickly.
personal data like passwords and credit card numbers.
Channel message from electronic on Windows 12 Lite. This is why you get the right hardware, like the Pixel 10.
Waiting.
So, there is an issue. And there is part of Steven's point that I do agree with, and there's part of, everybody else's
Back
point
off.
that I agree with. So, okay. If you have the money, a high-end Android is very easy to achieve. You can get it. But
No,
unfortunately,
not in the developing world.
not in the develop. I was about to get to that. But in the developing world, in countries like India or China, well, China, I wouldn't say China's a developing country. But there's a lot of countries in the third world who unfortunately do not have the same level of access to technology that we've got. So, their phones are so slow that they cannot synthesize text fast enough. It's actually too slow. So I do see where
That's
Steven
correct.
is coming from in that sense. We gotta remember, this is about Android pros and cons. Android is great if you want something different. Android is great if you want to...
It's cool if.
If you want to try something different, if you want to take advantage of Google apps and services all the way. If you like having...
No.
well, probably not the greatest, but if we want to take advantage of some of the TTS engines that aren't available on iOS, that is when we go to Android.
Yeah.
Where's Mackenzie?
I'm right here.
Oh, there she is.
I'm right here. Yeah.
iOS is great if you want stability and if you want the ability to be productive with your mobile device. I cannot send emails from Android. I might be able to browse the web a little bit on Android. However, when
I
I'm
can browse
browsing
the
the
web
web
quite
through
fine on my Pixel. I can send... The emails is an issue because of the Gmail app, but I'm sure if you were to use Outlook or something, it would work better.
No, I
Right.
don't need an email app taking up 400 megs of my internal storage. Just by itself. Thank you very much.
Oh, that hurts.
I like Aquamail. I will stay with my Aquamail. Thank you. Now, need to go to a subscription model. However, I'm one of those people who bought the Pro app Unlocker, who can still use it, and it unlocks my copy of Aquamail. There's also Canine Mail if you want an old school email client that works just as the way it should. But emails and actual productivity, what about word processing with Google Docs? How does it handle long documents such as novels? I don't think it does.
I don't know either. I've never used Google
Google
Docs.
Docs
Because
is not
in
the
terms of
best.
mobile,
Microphone
what about
last minute.
websites with carousels?
I will say, and I know some people are going to bring this up, there's a severe heating issue with the Pixel 9 series and earlier.
Every
With the
time a
Pixel 10
new
series, this is
carousel
the-
slides up and comes into view, TalkBack wraps to the top of the page.
Yes.
But you can use Explore
Now-
by Touch to get back to where you were in just like an instant.
Not if that web page has
recording, check.
scrolling
Stop recording,
content
check.
and ads.
Yeah.
Generally, browsing works fine for me, but
Or accelerated
Yeah, but if I'm
mobile
doing
pages
serious
where the
productivity, I'll just
entire
use my
page appears in a
computer.
web dialogue.
Yeah, same.
Right, but that's a choice.
If I'm
See,
doing-
I like to be
Ser-
I like to be more productive on my phone. I watch one of my friends fill out his FAFSA phone. Perfectly fine.
Yeah. I personally am the
that
same.
is
Now-
a choice.
I'm the same way as those.
Correct. All of these are choices. I agree. However, if you are in a situation such as being on the road or being in an environment where you need to get real work done and you only have your phone, you didn't bring a computer with you, you're SOL.
Personally, I could do okay on my phone.
Channel message from
but
the electronic
I
on Windows
will
12
say I'm
Lite,
glad to have
Samsung
my
X.
computer. But here's one thing, because I will say iOS does have the advantage of greater stability and greater consistent access, but Android is not some
Yeah, Samsung
archaic.
X.
So many
Yes.
people think Android is some archaic garbage. Even you know it's not archaic garbage anymore.
It's not
We've
archaic.
mentioned it quite
It's
a bit.
not.
That's the
It's-
main point we're trying to prove in the
it's-
video is that Android, it's perfectly workable today. There are some concessions.
Yes.
There's concessions with everything you use.
Oh,
There are-
absolutely,
now
yes. But
there
at
are
least
flaws. Apple has them
And-
too.
and- at least on Android, at least on iOS, when I type in numbers and I lift my finger off the number, I don't get double or triple entries for the numbers anymore. Well, not anymore, but I never did. On Android, I would lift my finger off the keypad and it would tap the number 1 like 3 times.
I don't get that.
So
I've
If I
never
was
had
trying to
that
call-
happen.
I've never had that
at
happen.
all.
then again,
That
I've
might
been
just
using
be a
Android.
weird thing with whatever device you were using, or you probably. 'Cause I've
No,
never had that happen.
Because this was back in the day. This was back in the Wild West of Android. and it was
Oh,
Android
oh,
4.4
yeah.
on an HTC One Google Play Edition.
That'll
Great
do
phone,
it.
wonderful phone. But there was no
We've already
braille input.
shown how terrible Android back during those days was in terms of accessibility, but now it works just fine. I've never had those issues.
It works
I've been using
okay,
Android devices
but,
for over a decade now.
Oh, I have too. But Android had to take 10 years to be as stable as iOS was 15 years ago. To even be able to gain the ability to explore the screen, we had to wait an additional 3 to 4 years compared to what iOS devices had. We had no way to turn on TalkBack at the initial setup screen. And sometimes device manufacturers still will customize the setup wizard and remove the accessibility gesture.
Oh, wait. Because we showed. Well,
Channel
we
message from the
tried to
electronic on
show-
Windows 12 Lite. Okay, I used to have a Samsung Galaxy Tab S4 from 2014, and before that I used to own a Google Nexus Android tablet, both of which were fully accessible and responsive. I believe they ran Jelly Bean.
You always have the volume key shortcut.
So I want to talk about the Android manufacturer thing. So Google has always been better at the accessibility game. Okay, they've always been better at it than Samsung. Okay, Samsung's problem that had dogged them for years and years and years and still kind of does is their unwillingness to move away from their own talkback version. I think everybody can agree with this one.
No, they'll fix it.
I'm sure they'll fix it at some point. But right now,
Eventually.
it's a very bothersome problem for some people, and some people, they love Samsung phones, but they have to go and install Google Talkback, which I can't necessarily fault you. I'm not going to sit here and shit on you.
I can switch it no problem, but I shouldn't have to.
No, you shouldn't. That's the thing that everybody
And what's
wants.
worse, if you want to uninstall Samsung TalkBack and you want to install Google TalkBack, you really have to know what you're doing. I would make a
Pause recording check. Start
tutorial
virtual
on
camera
this,
checkbox not.
but
Configure virtual camera button.
this is the only phone I
Studio mode
have,
checkbox not checked.
and
Channel message
I
from
don't
electronic on Windows
wanna...
12 Lite. You have to root your device. Configure. Start virtual. Pause recording checkbox.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't
no,
even
I...
root Samsung anyway.
But you really have to know what you're doing if you want to uninstall Samsung TalkBack and replace it with Google TalkBack. It can be done,
Yes.
but
Yeah, I have
It's-
files. I can do it in 3 seconds.
you have to know what you're doing.
It's immediately just going into developer options and enabling you.
Channel message from electronic on Windows 12 Lite. Disclaimer. Rooting can void any existing warranty.
Yeah, you have to be. Well, I don't think this requires rooting. Because if Josh was doing it, I don't think he would intentionally root his device. I do have a rooted device.
Rooting a device also. Yeah, rooting is fun until you want to use anything to deal with your NFC chip or anything to deal with mobile payments.
Yeah. That is.
Then you lose all that functionality.
True.
Or anything to do with mobile
Now-
banking.
Back in the
Yeah,
day,
pretty that too.
wait, no, actually, no, we already did that. Now, back in the day, we had a crap ton of TTS engines for Android. And I'm not talking
Yeah?
Eloquence either. I'm not
No.
talking those. We had SVox, not Pico. We had the
No,
SVox
we had Classic.
Classic.
It was called SVox Classic. We had Liquendo Susan. We had Ivona, Kendra, and Amy. Those were betas. We had eSpeak. We had... And I don't remember what else we had, because that was what I had back in
We
the
had
other
high
2.2
quality
days.
Google TTS.
Not
the no one either.
Back in the day, we had... It was a different concatenation method, and it was okay. But it was only shortly lived, and it was removed very quickly. As quickly as it had come, it was gone.
Channel message from electronic on Windows 12 Lite. Headquarters Google TTS was basically
I
the Google
wish
Now
they
voice.
never had.
Well, too bad. So sad. That's the thing. Google giveth and Google taketh away. Just go look at the Google graveyard
Oh, yeah, I've heard
and
of
tell
the
me
Google
if
Graveyard.
iOS has ever done that for any TTS engines, for any voiceover features, for anything of that nature.
I've heard
No,
of
you
the-
know what though? People are probably gonna start saying, but Apple should have taken voices like Alex and them away from iOS. Which,
No.
okay,
No, because those are downloadable assets.
yeah, those are downloadable assets. And if Apple decided they were gonna get rid of the Alex voice, that would royally tick people off.
Well, they're not going to. They are going to. They continue to include it on all their platforms. I can download that voice on everything from my watch to my computer.
Channel message from electronic on Windows 12 Lite.
Completely fine.
Apple has a record of
And it
preserving their
works
voices.
exactly
You
as
can
it
use
is.
it on the watch. That's cool.
They,
Yes, I can download it on all the way back to an Apple Watch Series 4 because it's the first 64-bit watch.
I will say
Damn,
this.
I didn't know
With
that.
watches, you're pretty much stuck to the Google
Yeah, no, that's gay.
Well, at least with
That's
the
gay-ass
Pixel
Google.
Watch 1, you're just stuck with the Google TTS. I've not owned
No,
any
you
Wear OS
can
devices
install
since.
voices on the watch. Have to do with ADP.
Correct, and not a lot of Android users, especially blind users, are going to be as comfortable
There
with the
is
command
a-
line.
There is an Apple.
Yeah.
There is an application called Wear OS which can let you install. I think from an Android device, but I'm not too sure.
Well,
Yeah, I think
who knows what
it's
kind of
something
malware it's
like
loaded with, especially if you're going to download it from the internet.
Yeah.
No, I think it's on. No, I think it's on the
I
Play
think
Store.
It's actually in the Play Store.
Well, that's
Okay,
great.
so
That's
called-
actually
You
that's
hungry?
actually pretty good.
Then take my phone and order us up some food.
Channel message from electronic
Close
on Windows
most
12 Lite.
TTS.
I'm pretty sure
Close
Wear
all
OS
that
is the former
shit
name of the
that's
OS for Android Wear, or the current one.
Oh, okay.
It's the
It's the
current.
I say, do you want
Now,
McDonald's?
You can do McDonald's. I had it yesterday though.
Oh, what do you?
care. I can do McDonald's.
now,
Give me dog.
I don't know anymore. So I will say this. What the frick is that?
Oh,
It's the bottom of the DVD player.
that's funny.
Oh,
It's Steven being Steven.
Guys, what are we gonna title this
All right.
thing? I
uh,
just realized that.
Nothing. Don't even.
I don't know.
uh,
Android turns into
Talking
rant about other things.
yeah, pretty
There's
much.
no-
But anyways. And to those, and again, I'm gonna say this again. Yes, I'm looking at a random person on Ramblio who thinks I should just grow up and get an iPhone already. I'm not mentioning names.
Honestly, the fact
If
that
you
I have
think-
to expand
That's
the timer notification to dismiss the timer is really stupid.
Yeah. Anyways,
Expand the what?
and
If
to
I'm
those
going
people,
to dismiss a timer from the notifications shade, it isn't automatically expanded to show the dismiss buttons, nor do I have access to it directly from the top of the screen. I have to pull down the shade, expand the timer, and hit dismiss. I can't just say swipe down on the dynamic island to say dismiss.
You can't use actions to dismiss?
Right. That's what I'm.
Well, no, because then if you open
I
the
will-
actions menu,
I can
it'll
wait.
jump you to a different UI element sometimes.
No,
It's
if you just swipe up or
inconsistent
down.
behavior.
I can wait.
You can't just swipe up or down to dismiss?
Sometimes, yes, but you have to fully expand the timer. At least when it's ready.
Anyways,
That's
You place the order.
anyways, what I was
That's Android.
Or if you're on Samsung, I can
I'm
just,
going
I can
to
literally
say-
just say stop, and it'll stop.
anyways.
Yeah, but then that's
If
taking
I
up
may-
resources. And also, a lot of these Android phones don't have as powerful of silicon as Apple's iPhone. Even a Pixel 9a is half as powerful as an iPhone 16e. The Pixel
I
6
can wait.
Pro,
Yeah,
which was released in 2021, is about as powerful as an iPhone 10 released in 2017.
Jeez.
Yes.
Anyways,
It's Neo Upper or CGI.
Anyways.
Neo Upper.
I was gonna say,
Alright.
and to those people who are gonna say, just get an iPhone already and stop complaining about iOS. You just need to learn to accept your freaking fate and blah 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 and get a Mac and stop using. Go away with that. Okay. As I should have said this earlier,
Battery is
but if you're
75% full.
going to say stuff in the comments saying I should just grow up and get an iPhone already, your
I don't know how she's so
comments may be deleted and action
Yeah.
will be taken if necessary.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. You're being easy mature.
Come on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
So, more like you need to grow up and accept the fact that I'm an Android user and not and don't
Don't push your opinions on
say that,
How was the trip overall? Any good action?
yeah, don't push your, yeah.
Did you go again just now?
it. Maybe. But
So, yeah.
I feel like we had a good panel today.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. Plus, it's important to have competing operating systems. Don't push everyone onto iOS. Similarly, don't push everyone onto Android.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Competition is good, as Steven came up here and illustrated. Thank you, by the way. Competition's a good
Private
thing.
message from Stephen Tuff. Michael Air. Hey, I'll be working with my student on Wednesday morning and need the display tomorrow. Can I send another courier to pick it up from your house tomorrow morning? This would
Android,
be a start
great.
virtual camera checkbox.
Android's
Hangout
fun.
group. Messages Stephen Tuff. Start virtual configure virtual camera.
Yeah, it is.
Messages. Obies 31.
For-
Hangout.
Now-
Messages
For
Stephen
majority
Tuff.
of people,
Messages Stephen. History
for
grouping.
majority
New
of
message
people,
grouping. Y-Y-D-O.
the productivity without resorting to hacky Chinese programs such as commentary.
Y-Y-M-O-M. One
And
space.
Alexis can tell you about commentary and her experiences with commentary
Space. B-Y-Y space
are
M-O-R-E.
very
Space.
much.
I like it, but
8-Y-N-G at things. O-R-4 space.
Well, someone was in her
Yeah.
phone at night. Like her phone would randomly start doing
Speech mode
things
off.
at night.
Speech mode talk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
it doesn't do that.
I did not tell you
commentary.
guys about that. Well, I had commentary, and something was tapping me or something, because let me tell you, my phone got so hot, and it was only when commentary was installed. My phone never got hot, and I told my mom that I had a suspicion that it was because of commentary, and I used it for about 3 days, and it fucked with everything on my phone. And even still after that, that
Private
phone,
messages Stephen Tuff. Michael.
that phone, how to put this, that phone never fully recovered. It still would turn on sometimes at night. And then when I asked someone about commentary, they told me stay the fuck away, because apparently there's a problem with commentary that causes commentary can silently root devices that aren't protected. Commentary can act as a remote access Trojan. It can do a lot of bad things if you're not careful. So for y'all people who are messing around and getting all those cracked versions and shit, stop doing that. Like, I'm not joking. Stop doing
Don't
that.
mess with the tracked versions. Only use the official one that's on the guy's GitHub.
Yeah, don't fuck with that. I'm not even messing with commentary again, because I'm fucked up genuinely from that. They could have stolen my credit card. Not that I have
Quote
it.
history group. All that would happen is someone pulls up him, you give them a display.
Now,
Message. New message grouping.
Exactly. Too many sketchy
Y-E-E.
programs
Maybe
for too
not.
little gain.
Speech mode off.
oh yeah, and let's also talk about how bad Jaws is. Jaws sounds sketchy. I'm gonna say that we're gonna take this away from Android for a second. Jaws is a sketchy freaking program. I hate
It's
to
really
say it.
not, because it's developed by
Well,
an
not-
American company right now, but I do agree that its standard requirements to
No,
create an online
no.
account need to go away.
No,
yeah,
no,
that's
Jaws is a
bullshit.
scam. And Alexis, you want to tell everybody why? You want to tell everybody why Jaws is a scam?
My problem with Jaws is the Vespero account bullshit, okay?
You can tell it not to create an account. There's a method to do it. You just create a little INI file where the installer lives, and boom, it doesn't ask you for that. That's because they have that for secure environments. Because there are times where Jaws can be downloaded fully for an offline installation, and it doesn't
Yeah.
touch the internet. It doesn't need to touch the internet to activate. It doesn't need to touch the internet.
Not only that, but Jaws is a freaking resource hog.
No, it's actually not.
Speech mode talk. R.
I will actually
Yeah,
defend
it
it and
is.
say that it is not a resource hog. It's only a resource hog if you use those heavier voices, i.e. those vocalizer voices, which I know you love so very much.
Speech mode talk.
Yeah, but crap,
Student. Configure virtual camera button. Start virtual. Pause recording. Stop recording. Checkbox checked.
I don't personally use them. I don't use Vocalizer on my laptop because of how intensive it can be. I don't use JAWS much either. But I am not updating to 2025 because I don't know how to fuck with INI files. And most people don't.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. It's a resource-intensive piece of crap and disables Windows 0. Back in the days of Windows 7, that meant if you had vision and relied on the magnifier, you couldn't use the full screen magnifier while using JAWS. It would be stuck to the top of the screen like the stand earlier. Windows 8 did fix this, but JAWS is still memory-intensive.
I do not know. I never experienced that, but I
Private
do.
messages Stephen Tuff. iPhone Air. Dialogue private. They just pull up outside like an Uber Eats order. That's it. New message grouping. New message edit blank. Speech mode off.
Now, gonna come out here and say this right now. I don't think we're going to be getting any other trustable third-party screen reader for Android out there. It's not like NV Access
There's
wants
Prudence.
to come out and... Isn't that Chinese as well?
Yes, but it's registered on the Google Play Store.
Yeah.
Some people have not had the best experience with Prudence though.
Well,
So
also you have to be aware that accessibility services in Android are extremely, extremely powerful. If you are not careful, accessibility services can access nearly as much information as Google Play services already has. That's why I don't trust Android.
Yeah, that's the same
because
thing.
of Google's services. Because every 10 seconds, regardless if you have
Same
location
thing with
sharing off,
TalkBack.
regardless if you have
TalkBack.
locations, yes, because it's an accessibility service. But what I'm telling you is that
Speech mode talk.
because Google has their hooks
recording.
so
Stop
deep into
recording.
the operating system and wants to collect so much data, every 10 seconds, regardless if you have location sharing enabled, regardless if you have Wi-Fi access enabled, it will send, or Wi-Fi scanning enabled, it will send your current location to Google servers every 10 seconds.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows 12 Lite. Oh good. So the accessibility services is basically as powerful as Copilot Actions and Windows Recall
That's how
combined.
horrible Google Play Services is, because it doesn't behave as a standard Android application. It cannot be disabled. It cannot be stopped. It cannot be uninstalled. It is a virus at the very root level of your phone. And that's why if I were to get Android hardware and use it as primary, I would run a fork of Android called Graphene OS. Because Graphene OS is basically an iOS-like version of Android where security is center stage. Security is the top priority, and Google should only be a citizen of my phone. Google should not control my entire phone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then there's the problem of people who do not know how to custom ROM. So
That's true. And also it requires erasing your phone from the first place. And Google is deliberately trying to stop this, and because they are removing pixel source code from the Android tree, so that way people cannot develop custom ROMs using pixel hardware as a base.
Channel message from
They
Win
are
Electronic on Windows
becoming
12 Lite. Is it just
as
me, or is one of the most
closed
doing
off
running parallel
about their
connections to what
hardware
Microsoft is trying
as
to do with
Apple
Windows?
is. So they're basically turning into one and the same. It's just Google's more data hungry than Apple, and Google doesn't give two craps about your privacy.
All right, I am going to wrap this
Because they will
up
sell your data to the highest bidder.
in a couple
yeah,
seconds.
we need to wrap this up.
But it is
Yep.
true that Google doesn't give a shit
So,
about your privacy.
This has been
That is
great.
true. That is true.
This has been
But
great.
you know what? Here's a key
Pause recording.
feature.
Stop recording.
Yes, Android is accessible. Yes, it is usable as a daily driver. And it's not as bad as people may still think it is.
Mhm.
That's the one key feature we want everybody to take away
Yeah,
from
it's not as
this
bad
video.
as people think it is. It's really not the worst thing in the world.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows
It's
12 Lite. Every
okay.
OS is flawed. If you want to still be
Services
critical
are
after this.
nowhere near as good. The Google graveyard is piled high with all the services that they've killed off over the years. Thanks Google Talk, thanks Hangouts, thanks Google I/O.
All of them. All of them, baby.
Heck, they may decide to kill off Google Talkback and make an entirely
No.
new screen reader.
They're not going to do that.
They've worked too hard on that.
because they've put so many years into that. It's the same thing why they don't kill off Gmail and Google Maps.
Channel message from Win Electronic on Windows
Because
12 Lite.
those
They get in
services
trouble with the
are
data.
core to people's identities. But any random auxiliary services like Google Plus and Google Hangouts and Google Allo, which some people used, I should say, because they're gone.
They may
Not so
decide.
much.
They may decide to kill off Google Chat the next year.
Well, that was Google Talk. It's already gone.
Now it's mainly just Google Chat and Google Voice.
No, it's
Which
Google
Google
Messages, not Google Chat.
No,
And
there is a Google
Voice
chat,
was
Steven.
Actually,
She is right. If
Huh.
you go to the App Store and search it up, it's a real app. She's not lying.
that
Yeah, it's an okay
that
app.
sounds
I
interesting.
thought that app was
I will check it
meh.
out. We'll see what it can do.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
I don't know how long this has gone on for, y'all. This is bad.
20 minutes.
No,
This
more
This has
than
literally been
that.
going on for about 20 to 30 minutes.
no, yeah, more than that. Anyways, we
An hour
really
at
do need to
least.
finish this one. We need to we need to end this off because otherwise we're going to be going for over 12 hours and it's not even funny.
I don't even know what the longest video of that
So,
one
where is this being uploaded to?
My channel.
I see.
I see. Okay.
But anyways, we need
We're so off topic.
we need to.
Alright then. Let's end this shit.
Pause recording. Stop recording.
Cut
Check.
I
the
wonder.
film.
Yeah, we need to end this.
Alright.
Cut.
3, 2, 1. Press it.